Worm tea, or tea made from worm castings. Today's topic at Great Little Homestead. Hello and welcome. Brewing some worm tea from worm castings has so many beneficial aspects to the garden, and since we use it, I see lots of improvement in the growth and all over health of my garden plants. Just one example. Usually I start my seeds from my plants, of course, from seeds. But this year I was quite late because my first batch died on me. So I did a second batch, and they are still very small. And well, I'm not too concerned about it because I plan on overwintering them and let them go again next summer. I also bought 2 pepper plants, and when I got them, they didn't look so healthy. So I planted them, and then I started right away using compost tea or warm compost tea on them. Twice a week I did the foliar spray, and once a week I watered them with the tea. And now I have nice green foliage. All the new growth is looking really healthy, and they are producing already quite well. The best thing about making worm tea is that it's cheap and easy. Just like your regular tea, just don't drink it. All you will need is just a few simple things. A 5-gallon bucket and water, non-chlorinated water. If you have, best would be of course rainwater. You're also gonna need something to put your castings in. I use a pantyhose, what I cut in pieces. Then I made a funnel from a paper cup. Also, you're gonna need some unsulphured molasses and an air stone if you wanna aerate it. Okay, let's get started and make the tea. So that was a lot of talking, but I thought I'd give you at least a little bit of info with it, even so many of you already know a lot about it. Many of you might know even way more than I know, but a little brief description. So what is happening? You need a bag. I just use a nylon stocking, and I made a funnel from a paper cup where I cut off the bottom. That makes it a little bit easier to get the castings in there. So your castings go in the stocking, just like that. If you wanna do just warm casting tea, that's all you do. You make a knot, you tie it up, and good to go. But today, once a month, I also add some seaweed. So today's video, or today's worm tea, I do warm castings and seaweed. So I fill my stocking with it, and then I have a string here. I put a knot in and pull the string through as well, just like that. And this way I can hang it in my bucket. I like to hang it in the bucket and not just dump it in there, because this way the water is all the way around it. When I just dump it in, it sinks to the bottom and the water is just on top. So this way it does hang. So here's our bucket. I have filled it with water already. And as you can see, I have a hole here in the lid. There's a purpose for that. I will show you in a second. So you have 2 options now. You can just put in your warm casting and stir it every few hours, and you will be fine. Let it sit for 24 hours and use it right away. Or you can do a little bit more advanced option and using one of those aquarium pumps for aeration with a stone, a bubble stone or a bubbler or what they are called. So that gives a lot of air while it is brewing, and this is very beneficial for the microbes we want to produce, because this is why we do the tea, right? Also, our microbes need food. I use unsulphured molasses, and I mix it with some water because it's so sticky, and you just add this to your water just like that, and this will be good enough and enough food for the microbes or microorganism to supply them with food for the next 24 hours. Then I add my stone, and with my lid, remember I put a string on my stocking with the castings, so I just gonna wiggle this through the lid very quickly, or not so quick, and then I hang it in there, and I have this one and put it on top, close the lid, and this way it can't go down to the bottom of the bucket. That's pretty much it to do. Now, since we have a super hot time and moment here in Canada, very unusual, we have 37 degrees Celsius today, I'm gonna bring this inside because this will be certainly too warm for the warm tea. If you wanna leave it outside, don't leave it in the sun. Put it in a shady place. I'm gonna let this steam for 24 hours, and then I'm gonna show you how it looks like and how I use it. It is a little more than 24 hours later now, and I wanted to show you how the warm tea looks now. Can you see all the foam? That is perfect, because this shows or indicates that the bacteria and microorganisms are growing and doing their job. This is what we really want to see. And you don't want to have any foul smell. You want to have a good earthy smell. And I'm just gonna push that down a little bit, and here is my bag. See how big this got? Don't throw that away. Put it in your pots or grow beds underneath your plants or in your compost. It is perfect. It is very good for your soil. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how I use it. There are many recipes on the internet to be found on how to use warm tea. My personal preference is 1 part water and 1 part of the warm tea. For soil drench, I just do it in my watering can. When I do a spray to spray the foliage of my plants, I do the same, 1 part water, 1 part warm tea, which I already have mixed here. The only difference what I do is I strain the warm tea just to make sure there's not any small particles in it anymore, so it doesn't clog the nozzle of my sprayer. And I add a few drops of dish soap, just a little bit, not too much needed, but that helps it to stick to the foliage of the plants. So to give them a good shower, I usually start and spray the top of the leaves, and I soak them quite well, and then when they have a good amount on them, don't forget the bottom of the leaves. This is where they take up the most nutrition, right? Or the nutrients. So, and this is what I do with all of my plants. Just like that. And when I have sprayed everything, then I walk around and give them also a good drench, a good amount of the warm tea mix for the roots. And this is pretty much everything. The only thing I would say don't do is don't do it during the hottest part of the day in the bright sun. do it towards the evening or early morning, so the plants have a chance to take up all the good stuff what we are giving them, and not just evaporating everything and it is gone. I never have seen it, but it is said there is a possibility that your plants, the leaves can burn when you do it in the bright sun, but I never have seen that. This is about everything I wanted to show you for this part of warm tea and how I use it. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. If so, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you get notified when we upload a new video. Have a wonderful day. See you soon.